Okay, so good afternoon, teachers. I hope you all can hear me. Uh, yeah, okay, let me just set everything. We can start. Okay, so good afternoon, teachers. Uh, I hope you had a good time till the time we last met, I hope. And if you all did apply any of those strategies or activities or, any of those ideas that we discussed during our workshop, and if you've applied it in your classroom, and what kind of reaction did you get, like what the feedback is. Like we want constructive feedback. We want what it is. So if there is, please do put it in the chat box. I would like to read about it. And now today we'll be starting with this workshop, which is on about all about fine motor skills. As you all know, earlier we did about gross motor skills. Gross motor skills are the big muscles, the big ones. Now, fine motor skills, we are going to talk about the fine muscles, the small muscles. So, and more focus will be on pre-writing and dexterity activities. Now, let's just go ahead. So this is something very nice which I came across while working on this workshop, working for this workshop. It was like teaching tiny hands today build mighty futures tomorrow. Of course, it not only applies to fine motor skills, but it's I'm talking about the overall scenario. Now the workshop, the objectives, like what do we aim to achieve in this particular workshop by doing um, this workshop basically on fine motor skills is first and foremost is why fine motor skills matter. Why do they matter? Next, recognizing the developmental milestones, exploring different hands-on fine motor activities, what we will be discussing many things that help in these how there is a connection between the fine motor skill activities to pre-writing skills. We're creating different fine motor resources kits, and of course integrating it with our daily routines. So this is what we will be covering, and it will be all about fine motor skills. And as you all know, we have tons and tons and tons of activities and games or activities, ideas, practical ideas which can be applied and which are teacher friendly, basically teacher friendly and beneficial for the children. So let's just go ahead. So the very first thing, we have this little icebreaker activity, which is called Tiny Tasks Challenge. Now, here, what I want you all to do is I want you all to be in the shoes of our children. How, what do the children feel at that particular moment when we assign them a task? Any simple task, which is a very simplified one, two step uh, task, but if the child is facing difficulty, or how is the child coping up with coping up for completing that task, is what I want you teachers to feel today. Okay, like understand it. So basically, as I said, the goal is to help the teachers experience the efforts and the frustration the children face when their fine motor skills aren't fully developed. So, if they are not developed, these are the challenges which the children face. And I have also noticed that when the fine motor skills take time to develop, they get frustrated because even these minute things which they are prepared for, they know. Like this is a very simple task of shifting one particular small object to another thing. But if their fine motor skills are not developed, it becomes a very taxing and it's a very difficult job for them. So that becomes frustrating for the children as well. So here the materials that I require, I know it is a last minute. I won't be, some of the things may not be available also currently with you all, but at least the writing paper and pen or pencils will be there. So the fourth thing you all can do with me, the rest I'm going to ask you, like shirts with buttons. So you give them a shirt and tell them to button it. So it's like the button is this much, the hole is this much. How are they going to put it in that? It is taxing for them because if their fine motor skills are not ready, it is very difficult. So if you are given these, okay, for example, let's see now why you if you perform these activities, if you have a shirt in front of you, If you are doing it, but do it only with one hand, how are you going to button and unbutton your shirt? Unbuttoning is fine. How will you button your shirt with one hand? You can try that, teachers. If you have a shirt around or you're wearing a shirt, just give it a try. Try the last button and see. With one hand, you can unbutton it or unbutton it. It will be difficult for you. So what is it? Why do we do it? Is limited hand coordination is there और muscle control. See, बच्चों को muscle control बहुत limited होता है. So for these things also simple tasks, they may find it difficult. Like they see over here, she's using both the hands. Next activity, if you have an origami paper or a piece of paper around with you, you can try making paper fans with using only two fingers. For example, if I have a blank sheet of paper here, okay, not blank, but yeah, I have a sheet of paper here. If I have to use only two fingers, I'll use these two, the index finger and the thumb. It is it is little difficult to make a fan like this. Like only two fingers, it is going to be difficult, teachers. See, okay, it is going to be precise, but we as teachers also, it's time consuming for us because when we do this with all our fingers, it will take like even 5 seconds to complete and making the fan. But what about the children? It is the same thing that they experience despite using all their fingers. So that's what we are trying to say. So it mimics fine finger control needed, like what is needed for controlling, for cutting, folding. So this is how they do. Picking up pom-pom with tweezers. Now picking up pom-poms, like you give I have an image, yeah. So if you give pom-poms like this, and we have these tweezers, okay? So you pick up one pom pom, put it in this. If you are sorting it with colors, because that will have, of course, it's one of the extended part of fine motor skills. But if you have that, so sorting it or picking it up is only that that focus goes in it. The hand-eye coordination, like okay, my hand should go here, and I should pick it up till the time I will not leave the pressure till the time the pom pom is in the bowl. So this entire thing is also it really needs, this is needed for their writing, eating, dressing, even simple basic activities. Okay, now this is something that you teachers can do. Okay, and let me just see, 1 minute, teachers. So yeah, so basically I want you all to write your name using your non-dominant hand. So if for me, I am a left-handed person. Okay, so I am going to write my name using my right hand. Okay? Okay. You all use your non-dominant hand and try to write your names on it. Come on, try. Are you done? If anybody wants to turn on the camera and show it to me, see how did I wrote Mitali with my, I don't know if it's visible. Yeah, I don't know if it's visible or no, but I tried writing it. Has any of you tried? Then please do share. So this is the same thing. Same uh, this is the same feeling that the children have when their muscles are underdeveloped or not coordinated properly. How does it feel? For me, I have been practicing writing with my right hand since quite a few years now. Earlier, it was so difficult for me even to hold the pen like properly, like the pencil grip. Like as an adult, also I couldn't do it. Now you can see that I am able to hold it at least properly. Earlier, it used to be like this, like holding. It is difficult. It is difficult. And trust me, parents, sorry, teachers, this particular activity of writing with your non-dominant hand is it's one of the best activities according to me, when it comes to like several factors. First, it engages the children. Second, it is using makes them use their non-dominant hand. So as you all know, like if you are a left-handed person, it's your right hemisphere is which is dominating on your entire thing. If you are left-handed person, it's your right. Sorry, if you are right-handed person, it's the left hemisphere that works on you. So if the child learns to use both their hands, imagine their entire brain is functioning all together. Yes, so that is one particular active reason, a very important reason. Secondly, since we write from our we write from a dominant hand. In my case, if it's left hand, since I've been writing, the muscles over here are very well developed. Okay, but when we are doing about this other hand, my muscles are not that developed as they are for this, because here I've been getting that practice. This, I've been writing and this, so these are well developed. These are little underdeveloped. Okay, so that is what we are trying to achieve doing this activity. And randomly, when there is some time that you have to fill up and there's now no other activity left to do for the day, write few sentences, like if it's senior kg, this is a cat, this is a hat. Write few sentences on the board, give them papers, tell them to write with the non-dominant hand. See, they will be engaged, and it actually works, like we want the children to do this. I have been making my children play games, since they don't, of course they don't play that much as much I want them to play with these games. But when I used to conduct these classes, children used to love these, because I would, make them do different like this entire month, if we had, like working on your non-dominant hand. So we used to do different activities using only your non-dominant hand. Like trying to cut the scissors, it was the last part of those sessions. So this is a very simple activity, but it genuinely works. Okay, so now, chalo, since nobody has responded, or nobody has done the activity, so I'm not going to ask you questions, but you remember how young children feel when we ask them to write, cut, draw, color before their muscles are ready. A personal experience, I'll just put in an anecdote over here very quickly. My son, he used to always come home with notebooks incomplete when he was in class 2, and he would always say, my hands are hurting, my hands are hurting, my hands are hurting. And we would think that, okay, no, he is making some excuses for not writing. No doubt the handwriting were like worse than the doctor's prescription, how the doctors write. So you can imagine they were very difficult to even read. But apart from that, he was not even completing his work. And we used to get lots and lots of complaints regarding his why is he not writing, he's not completing his work, it's messy, it's untidy. So it was going on. Then we met with one of the counselors, and she suggested, why don't you try occupational therapy with the child. It looked as if she was the one who understood that his muscles over here, the ones that grip the pencil, they are not developed. So that is why this keeps paining. Since these young children are not meant to be given such a large amount of writing, even though they are in senior or first or second, our education system is as such that we give them a lot of writing practice, which many children are find it difficult because their muscles are not developed yet, and it is not their fault, it is not the child's fault. Yeah. So after since we started working on him with the occupational therapy, the occupational therapy, after 6 months, we could at least see the difference, that he had stopped complaining about the paining of hands. He would try and complete his book and get it home. Still, the handwriting are uh, as bad as they were earlier, but at least we have reached that step, that we've taken a baby step into him completing his notebook. So that's what I'm trying to tell you over here, that there are many reasons. If the child is not completing work, facing difficulty in things, it could also be one of these reasons. Like they might be having a difficulty if their muscles are not developed yet. Give them some exercises, some activities, and let them do it periodically for a regular amount of time. It will be fine. Yeah. So, okay. Before we expect handwriting, we must respect hand building. This is like, I don't know why it has just uh, the hand building concept has been sidelined, completely. The focus is handwriting, 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 writing speed, writing speed, writing speed. See if the hand is ready for that, this or no. Yeah. So let's just start. Now we'll say why fine motor skills matter. Okay. As I told you, if fine motor skills are not developed, their handwriting or their writing speed, this dexterity, these pre-writing skills, they affect. Okay. But why? What about fine motor skills? Uh, there is one minute. Why there is this yellow line? How can I erase it? 1 minute. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Why fine motor skills matter? So I have given you this will be the only theoretical part over here, and then we will go on with lots and lots and lots of activities. But here, they basically involve the small muscles. As I had mentioned earlier also, they basically involve the small muscles of hands, fingers, and wrist. Okay? So hands, fingers, and wrist. These skills basically help children in performing everyday tasks, like, holding a pencil or a crayon, buttoning a shirt, cutting with scissors, turning pages of the book. We used to have this particular activity. It was like in our report card, we had to see, we used to give books to the children, and we had to observe whether they are able to flip each and every page of the book by themselves or no, just to see their fine motor skills being developed. So we had to assess the children on this also, where in one of the schools where I used to teach earlier. So even the basic concept of turning of pages of the book also helps, because it's the muscles that are needed to even turn the page. Feeding themselves with a spoon. Now, why are they so important? It is first for the foundation for writing and academics, of course. Like, as I just gave you an example of my son, we I can tell you, like, it is the foundation. Without that, the grip is not there. I could see him writing his the pencil, the writing that he used to have was so light. It was so light. I'm like, I used to keep giving him darker and darker pencils. I had also given him the sketching pencils that at least write with this if nothing works. But it would still be very light because he couldn't give that amount of pressure because his fingers were not ready. So a child cannot grip a pencil correctly or control it. They struggle with letters. When you know that some children, their letters will always go on top of the line or below the line, where they are not able to restrict it within that specific amount of space. Their it affects their ability, if this fine motor skills are not very well developed. That is why preschool comes into the picture, because we want them to develop these before they get into this formal education, or primary education. So literacy, math readiness depends on the child's ability to use these tools. I can tell you about erasers also. My son couldn't even erase properly. Like, we used to think, such you're like a lazy chap. You're not even erasing things properly. But it was like too much of a pressure for the child to do it. That's what we understood later on. It boosts independence, of course. Like, if they know their fine motor skills are developed, they are able to do several many other tasks, like buttoning, zipping, eating by themselves, going to the toilet, but unbuttoning their shirts, and pulling up their pants and again buttoning it. So everything they could, uh, they many things they are able to do it, and this helps them boost their confidence. Yes. Cognitive development, fine motor, it supports, of It supports because it helps in problem solving, sequencing, planning, when they are doing puzzles or when they are stringing beads. All these things, they engage both the hand and the brain. So their cognitive development will boost up, it prepares for school success, as I told you also. So strong motor skills means smoother transition into the structured school environment. See, this is like 90% of classroom activities require kindergarten, like preschool. So requires some level of fine motor control. They we need it, and the children. This is when we can develop it. We've done a workshop on STEM, so I just tried to collaborate or try to add it into the summit up, that okay, we can have it when you are doing STEM activities also. This is where the fine motor skills come. So like I am trying to tell you here is that so many of the activities we do, most of them have some form of fine motor skills. Okay, like when you're doing building of blocks, of course, lifting the block, and if it's big, then ठीक है, but हाथ से ही तो उठाना है उनको, तो वो है. फिर using tweezers in experiments, manipulating shapes and measuring, like if you're giving them to pour like some liquid in this glass and then pour it back in this glass, what are they doing? Just to measure, but what are they doing? Their fine motor skills are at work. Typing or coding, if we are, these things, they help. So developing these early prepares children for hands-on learning experiences and exploration. So, teachers, if you would want to, I mean, if I want to ask, and if you are interested in answering, do we sometimes expect children to write before their hands are strong enough? And trust me, when I wrote this question, I was like, this is what I had felt when I came to know that my child's fingers were not that developed the way they were supposed to be. So, this is where are we giving, enough pre-writing opportunities to the children? Yes or no? Either of the questions, teachers. Okay, okay. At least just give me a thumbs up or a high sign so I know that my teachers are awake. Okay, I'll wait for 2 seconds. I want to see the teachers. Uh, okay, all right. So we've done this. Little hands today, strong minds tomorrow. Now let's go to this part wherein we will be, I mean, my favorite part over here, of course, it is fine motor skill activities. Okay. Uh, hmm. So the objective of fine motor skills is to introduce engaging, developmentally appropriate activities to develop fine or to support fine motor growth. Okay. So here you may be seeing teachers, many activities will be, as I have always mentioned in my workshops, that they will be overlapping. Even though they overlap, even though we see that okay, many activities are being were mentioned earlier, it is because, as you know, I try to put in where it works the best as well, and where it is apt. So if we are covering some particular other topic, and if that activity pops in, I will just go ahead with it. So now we are going to do some strengthening activities first and foremost. So here we want to build, if you want to build hand, finger, or wrist muscle strength, we can use, see, we can give them Play-Doh, lime, sponge. Sponge is also a very important tool in developing fine motor skills. like squeezing the water out of the sponge. Like they have to use the pressure, and they are using the fine motor skills, the muscles of the fine motor muscles only. Clothespin, flipping on cardboard or number lines, using stress balls, crumpling paper into balls and tossing, and for a tossing game, for a 1 minute. Yeah. So for tossing game, I have, you can give them a huge sheet of paper, draw a big circle on it, and you can also give them glue. Crumple the paper, stick the crumpled paper on that circle, and fill up that circle with the crumpled paper. The crumpled paper also you requires a lot of pressure and strength. See, here you can see the child, how cutely. I mean, the child is just like crumpling and squeezing. So it's an effort for the child. And here on my left, like you'll be able to, on the screen you'll be able to see that I've given you different activities, or different ideas of how what you can do with the Play-Doh, and which are specifically being focused on fine motor skills. So like not only giving them a ball, like make a ball or make a snake, then make a disc or a roti, as we say. We can tell them to make different things, like make a candy cane, make a snail. You can see cookies, donuts, pizza, some ice cream. And then you can see the increase in the complexity also in the level of the task that we give. Like initially, for example, if you see the point number 2, we have make a snake. Now if you go on 13, you will be able to see make some pasta. So pasta is more thinner noodles that you have to make. So so their fine motor skills, you can see the transition if you can increase the complexity. Now, if we are after strengthening activity, if you have Princer grip development, Princer grip is the way we write. So this is what exactly is the Princer grip. Yeah. So the way it's that targets the thumb and the index finger coordination, like needed for holding a pencil. So now you can take up, picking up bead threading on pipe cleaners or shoelaces. You can take, instead of beads now, if you have young children, take beads. If you have little grown up, you can take pasta, those penny pastas. You can just use that. And if you have like senior KG children, give them straws. Cut the straws into small plastic straws into small pieces, and let them thread it. That is also a fun activity, and it is just increasing the level of complexity as they grow. Picking up small pom poms with fingers or tweezers, dropping buttons into narrow containers, peeling stickers and placing them within shapes. Uh, See, here you can see the child is doing pasta, but I used, penne pasta. And what I had done was I had taken like 1 or 2 kgs of penne pasta, and I had spray painted it, like half into silver, half into gold, and half I had left just like half, sorry, some into silver, some gold, and the remaining little bit in plain colors. I did not do anything to that. And in the with using those penne pastas, I used to do so many different activities with the children. First was stringing of pasta on the uh, you know on the ropes. But first we started off like, okay, we put some glue, Play-Doh, we took a straw, we made it like a pole kind of a thing, and first they had to thread into that. Then we gave them these strings, shoelaces, then wool, and they used to do this beading. After that, the pasta thing, we used to increase the complexity by telling them, okay, now you have to do sequence, one golden, one silver, one golden, one silver. Then you can do one golden, one silver, one plain. One golden, one silver, one plain. And we used to like so many different variations we have done with the children, only using those pastas, where I had done this spray painting once, and then my entire, I think, 2 years were completely into doing that. Here you can see button towers. Instead of those putting buttons into small containers, that was, I found this also very cute. Of course, we can do that. Here you are using a single string, or if these buttons have big holes, take a toothpick, and if they are big enough to go in through the toothpick, they can do that. Put Play-Doh below it, put a toothpick, and let them do it. Hand-eye coordination. Now, if you want to improve the child's ability to guide movements using visual input, okay, so like pegboards, then we have, transferring objects using spoons and chopsticks. So maybe, give them thermocol balls. If that is not there, you can do, you can give them, uh, just a moment, teachers, just a moment. Yes, sorry, teachers. Yeah. So, so then we have transferring objects. So for example, here we go. So you can see stacking of cups. Now, if you invest in 1 dozen or 2 dozen of paper cups or plastic cups, trust me, you can do so many activities with them. Give them these paper cups, and then, give them a softball and let them throw it. It can work as a bowling thing. Give them, they'll stack up and they'll come up with their own patterns and the designs. It is fun. This thing, scooping up balls, or scooping up, thermocol balls, plastic balls, scooping those with a big spoon and transferring it into another container is there. These, the lacing objects, the lacing boards that you see, we used to do it with paper plates as well. So on a paper plate, we would just punch holes in it, give them wool, which had we used to, tape the front part, the starting edge of the wool, so that it becomes a little thick for them, and they used to do lacing. Pre-writing strokes. Now, if you want to, focus on mastering the basic strokes, before eventually, then they fall into the letters thing. So the best thing here is sand tracing or salt tracing. I used to, uh, I used to roast the I used to uh, roast the suji that we have, rava, and I used to store that. And you can put it in a tray or a plate and give them and do tracing if you don't want to use sand or salt or anything. Give them different lines, give them brushes, like just, dedicate a wall. I think I have mentioned about this also. Dedicate a wall in your, outside, just right outside the school, or say somewhere in the lobby, anywhere. Put some cloth or some rags under it. Give water to the children and give paint brushes and water. No paint. Okay, no paint. Let them dip the brush into the water and let them draw standing lines, sleeping lines, diagonal lines, this lines, circles, anything on the wall. See, it will be, they are doing some other activity. It is fun for them. Their pre-writing strokes are getting improved. It is water, so it dries out. So there is no mess that you have to clear after it. And give them small bowls of water. So that much water, if it spills also, you can dry it quickly. But but this works. This really, it is a fun activity. In fact, I, as a teacher, or even as a mother, I also used to sit with the children and do it. It's that fun. Mazes, tracing patterns, rainbow writing with crayons or chalks. Rainbow writing is on the uh, same particular object. If you've taught them same particular letter, if you've taught them letter R, on that letter R, you will use all the rainbow colors and do the same letter, write the same letter. So what happens is, it is becoming colorful. It is something different for the children, and 7 times they are going to practice writing the same letter. So you, obviously, they are going to learn and, get, uh, be faster with it. See, here we have, there is a maze kind of a thing happening with sand. You can do it with Suji also. Follow the line. I just found, this is the basic worksheets that we do with the children. So this is why we do these maze worksheets or tracing worksheets for the children. Tool manipulation practice, like, helps children to control classroom tools. Classroom tools मतलब क्या है? Pencils है, erasers है, scales है, scissors है, glue है, वो सब classroom के tools है. So we are going to teach them like cutting zigzag lines or curved lines, using stamps, stencils, gluing small objects, punching holes. We had this particular thing we used to do. We used to initially tell the children we used to remove uh, those water bottle caps we have. So we used to remove glue in the bottle caps, put it in the middle, like among four children, five children, we used to have this. And we would give them Q-tips or earbuds. Dip the earbud into the glue, stick it on the paper where you want, and then stick the other thing. Either ways, whichever technique you work. But this used to work, it was less messy, and we don't want children to say yucky glue or this glue, because ideally, using their fingers to apply the glue is what we want them to feel, to sense it. But if they don't, you can, of course, use these Q-tips using small objects and everything. Okay. Now you see here, this punching holes, like they punch and they will keep punching it, and just imagine so much pressure is going in punching those holes out, and it's a fun activity. They are engaged. Stencils, stamps है, stamps आप बना भी सकते हो, stencils आप बना भी सकते हो, easy to make, everything fine. Integration tips. Now, here pair these activities with concepts. Yeah, of course, I'm sure you all teachers might be are obviously doing it, where you are pairing these activities with different concepts. If you've taught color red, give them pom poms which has more color red in it, red colored pom poms. Tell them to pull out only red color pom poms with the tweezers. Yeah, both the things are done. Recognition of color yellow also is done, and the fine motor skill activity is also done. Now here I have some grade wise activity suggestions. Since you've seen the list of the activities that I've covered, some of them are overlapping, as they will be overlapping, but some of them are new, and but this is what we can do it grade wise. Of course, you can change the, if it's just Play-Doh play for play school, they'll be doing, rolling the Play-Doh and making a ball, or flattening it into a roti or a disc, or rolling it and making a snake. But when you are growing older, like if you have children in junior KG, give them make a snail from the snake. If they grow up and, if they are in senior KG, tell them to make a snowman or a caterpillar, different things. But you can increase the complexity. Stacking rings, large knob puzzles, tearing paper and sticking it on shapes. Tearing paper is, it should be promoted. I don't know why it is not done that often in schools, but tearing paper, give them basic newspapers, give them, those spare papers that are there. Just tell them to scribble or color and then start tearing it. Teach them. Initially, you can put, just a little bit of a cut and give like this, you know, like this. You can do that little thing. Let them learn to, how to pull and tear, and then they can learn how to do it. And once they are done tearing, don't throw those pages away. Don't throw those papers away. If they've torn this paper, don't throw this away. Use this for paper crumpling. Use the other paper for paper twisting. So what are you doing? You are making them do so many things with the paper, which was of no use, and they've done three different activities with one paper, which was of no use. Okay, so drop pom pom bottles, push pipe cleaners through colanders. See, I'll show you. See, like they make a hole on in top of the bottle and give them these pipe cleaners, like either give them straws or give them those sticks that come, that foldable sticks that come. Put them in it. Thin pencils भी दे दो, पतले crayons भी दे दो. That also works. Sticking paper, tear the paper and stick it. Here you've just put some sticky masking tape they've put, and you can do that. For nursery, pom pom sorting आएगा. वहां पे सिर्फ pom pom dropping था. यहाँ पे it is pom pom sorting, finger painting, tearing paper. See, I told you, lacing beads, pegboard, stickers on shapes, finger painting. Everything comes in. But finger painting randomly, yeah, finger painting specific things like shapes or lines. Now you can see sorting of pom poms with colors. The same activity you can do for rainbows, where they are doing it with on the line with the on they are here, they are doing matching of colors, they are following the line, so and they are also using their fingers, so many things are getting ticked mark. Beading. Yeah. So now when you go to junior KG, tracing lines in sand, sponge squeezing, you can do measurement. If you, it's like for STEM, if you're doing measurement, okay. Math, if you are doing teaching them some measurement concept for math, you can give them this way, like in a glass, give them sponge, let them soak this sponge and let them squeeze it in another glass or another container, and you'll be able to see the difference. The water is getting transferred here, and now the water is less here, and now after few squeezing of sponges, the water has increased over here. So they are learning that way. Cutting straight lines in junior KG, of course, we will be cutting straight lines. Squeeze up, pick and place, clothespin, Q-tip paintings, threading straws. See now like this. Senior KG. Senior KG, maze tracing, rainbow writing, zigzag rainbow writing, because of course your writing will be a little bit more the level of the activities related to writing, letter formation with dough, tracing with sandpaper. So you see, we started Play-Doh in play group also, and here we are coming with letter formation with Play-Doh. Okay, just go through this. Now we will be incorporating this into our daily lives. One minute. Okay, I'll just, okay. So incorporating these into our daily lives means daily curriculum. Yeah. Why to integrate? See, fine motor skills can't be an extra subject or an extra time you have to give. They are essential for learning readiness. You in preschool, our target is to make them prepared and ready when they go into that structured education system. So where and in this, fine motor skills, of course, plays a very pivotal role. Frequent practice across the day helps reinforcing muscle development and control. Now when to integrate, okay? During language and literacy time, if you are doing letters, give them letter tracing, use fingers on sand trays, alphabet clip cards bana do, stamp a word, use alphabet stamps to build CVC words, sight words stamping, like bead strings with sight words. You know, I had dominoes and I had written those wooden dominoes, colorful ones, and I had written letters on it, and then we used to stack it, you know, वो थोड़ा difficult होता है, and then it would fall, and children would do, but it really, you know, these are the few things they enjoy it, but without realizing that they are learning something or their skills are getting developed. Let the children form letters using Play-Doh or small buttons. That is also a nice one, huh? Now, during math time, if you want, of course, we have pom-poms with tongs or tweezers, clipping numbers with pegboards, clothespin and all that. Tape tracing, as you saw in the rainbow with, you know, fingers, dot painting kiya, ya with Q-tip leke dot painting karo, either ways, but tape tracing, lacing number cards, of course. See, then we have art and craft, tearing and pasting, sticking, punching, folding, Q-tip painting, origami, paper fan folding, everything comes into this. So here they are learning music and movement to finger play songs. Daddy finger, where are you? So they are doing this, then they are doing this. So it's different, you know, it builds the rhythm also. They enjoy it also. You know, then there's the song Boogie Woogie. Put your right hand in, put your right hand out. So then, you know, you can do put your snap your fingers in, snap your fingers out, or anything. So they are learning that way. Action rhymes. So all these comes during free play. Now during free play, give them these things. Give them scoop, pour, and transfer small items into one. लेसिंग स्टेशन है, लेसेस है, buttons है, beads, जो भी देना है आप दे दो, let them do it. mini construction zone, give them small blocks, not those that are very small like Lego, but small box and let them build it. Then we have play kitchen, dressing up, buttoning, zipping, opening jars, build all these things over in this. Integration, like for teachers, now see, daily routine hai. So daily routine mein fine motor opportunities, you have to look out for these. Arrival time, give them these things. When they are doing name cards, use pegs, stickers, charts, sticker charts de do. Circle time mein finger rhymes dal do. Give them objects handling, like if you are introducing an object, give them that. Snacks, tell them to unwrap some snacks or pouring water into a glass and drinking. And during pack up time, zipping bags, packing lunches, inculcate these habits into the children. Okay? Rotate fine motor tools every 2 weeks. Don't keep that one particular motor tool that if kit you've made and keep it with you. No. Provide both horizontal, that is tabletop, and vertical, that is surfaces, uh, for them to apply that fine motor skills, those worksheets. Avoid over focusing on worksheets use. Give them different activities. Okay, we'll be setting up now. Here we are going to set up fine motor skill stations, teachers. Okay, so what all things we need? So these are stations, as in you don't have to come up with an elaborate plan. If you want to, it's your choice. But my basic agenda is that if you set it up like in one corner of the room, or when they have free play, give few children and keep rotating. Like three children are in that fine motor skill station, rotate it after some time, so all the children get an opportunity to go around that way. So age appropriate fine motor learning stations that we want to make. Why? Because first, they of course, we want hands-on exploration for them. We want them repetitive. We want repetition. We want to promote independent learning where they are learning by themselves, doing different things, allowing the children are learning at their own pace. And if you rotate it regularly, it's to avoid monotony. Now, what criterias do we have to make a good station? Targets a specific fine motor skill. Pincer grip hai, hand-eye coordination, bilateral use, what exactly you want. Use safe and age-appropriate materials. Be visually inviting and well organized. Include a clear task demonstration or visual clue. They need to know, they you have to demonstrate what you're supposed to do, and then they'll do. Sample are like I have quite a few. In fact, I have put in these are by skill focus. Then I have some themes also. For Prince grip, you can put these pom poms and tweezers, button sorting, beading necklaces, all these. I will not repeat this. These are all repetitive. Just go through it. I'll just say the new ones. This is hand-eye coordination. So you can do all these, different activities that can be conducted. Bilateral coordination hai, tearing and like paper folding aa gaya, threading pasta as I told you on strings. Now, pre-writing and tracing. So this can be for senior KG. You have these specific things. Give them chalkboards and give them whiteboards and markers and put it there and let them do it. Now I have some which are theme related fine motor skills. So if you have a theme going on in school, any particular theme. So I've got fruits, I've got transportation, I've got festivals and winter season, any one season I took. So how are we going to go about it? What are they going to do? Like the skills that are targeted are Prince grip, hand strength, and color and category recognition. So they have to basically use tongs to pick up fruit-shaped counters or laminated cutouts also and sort them into different colored bowls or baskets. As a child count how many apples, bananas they have, you can sort it into bowls that way. Picking up is one activity, putting it in another bowl is like completing that activity. Sorting it is one more step ahead of that. Like this. See, here they have done it in a different way. They have color coordinated, but I found it different, so I thought of putting it here. Transportation hai. Give them small, cutouts de diye, ya matching clips de do. Let them pair those using clothespin. Hand-eye coordination, pincer grip, visual discrimination. These are different extended, and I have tried both of these activities with my school children, what I used to teach, and with my children as well. And this tape activity is fun, super fun. Like they will enjoy this, peeling the tape off and removing the card. Festivals we have, for any festivals that comes in, decorating the diya, or making a Santa Claus, or making, for Ramadan, making the, sticking silver cutouts on the moon, and different things, but it is all used this way. So here we can, fine finger control, creativity, bilateral coordination, that is hold and decorate it, that is coming into the picture. Winter season hai, so if we want them to precisely make it like, fluffy cloud banana hai, ya snowman banana hai, so how to make it, where to stick it, if the snows, if you're sticking cotton on the snowman cutout, I have to stick it within that circle only, the eyes will come here. So all these things they are understanding. See, this I found it was just extremely cute and beautiful, so I thought of putting it. Station rotation tips, as I've mentioned earlier, change activities every 1 or 2 weeks. Keep 2 or 3 core stations and rotate 1 or 2. Allow free choice or rotate small groups, as I told you. Small groups karo pehle, free choice baad mein dena. Introduce new station during circle time for clarity. Yeah. Management tips like, see now, use these trays or baskets, use those things, those transparent trays that come for to contain the materials. Label it. Teach and model the task. Show them, demonstrate the task first, what are they expected to do. Have a cleanup routine. Like once they are done, if these tasks have, many beads falling off or anything, cleanup routine that once they are done, they have to clean it up. And use simple timers like, 5 minutes per station you can stay. Setup options, tables le lo, floor mats rakh do for puzzles and beading, walls and easel boards rakho for vertical writing and sticker activities. You can do it like that. Okay. Now, the next thing, let's just go. Which 3 stations would you set up? Okay, my teachers are not interacting today with me. Let me just give you some more activities, making fine motor fun and purposeful. Why? Play school hai, so daily finger gym activities karao. Like this, there was this one basic activity that we had. I used to do. It was not for play school, but for first graders. This is a rabbit and this is a hunter. So when the hunter comes, the rabbit goes down, and then here comes. Then the rabbit goes back into the hole. Okay? So the rabbit pops out, the hunter comes, and then this way. So we used, if you can see, so it is difficult and it was fun. Open them, shut them, sensory bins kara do. Like, you can also do fingers, one standing and sleeping for the nursery, put 2 fingers, anything. Just make them do. Nursery, you can do craft corner, tearing, sticking. I told you paper twisting is also very interesting. Daily sticker reward chart kara do. Peel the stickers and do it. Sorting game stations, junior KG tracing boards, Play-Doh letters of the day, anything. For senior KG, you can have a look, cut out phonic puzzles, create sentences. Sorry, and you can do it this way. Set up a fine motor Friday kind of a day, wherein you will include fine motor journals, weekly trace the color, tear, stick pages, add these into there to assess their progress. This was just the experience. This was something that I used to do. We had a particular criteria to assess was fine motor skills or fine motor development, and this is how we used to do. So I just thought of adding it here. Now, of course, you all love phonics and phonic fine motor integration. For play school, listening to the sounds is the thing that we are focusing on. Tap on every S sound heard, or that way, like clap or a tap like with your 2 fingers, 1 finger, whatever. Nursery, stickers on matching letter cards, clothespin clip on correct image, build words using alphabet pegs. So many things we have. Okay. So here we've come to the end of the session, teachers. This is the question and answer thing. If there is any other query, anything, it would be great. You can come and tell me. Please do share with me. Yes, teachers. They have tried to finish and rush and finish as fast as possible. And any other questions, anything that you would want to add, please do. Okay, I guess not. So teachers, I'll be keeping the window open for more 5 minutes. Let me know any other query, anything you can definitely, ping in. I'm right here. I will just stop the screen sharing and yes. So please do. Yes. Okay. Yes, please do with water. Not on cloth, teachers. You can do it on a wall, any dedicated wall. Also, you can try, and just right outside the classroom or right outside, right like your school building wall, where it is safe for the children to stand and do. You do it over there, so it dries out. You don't have to worry. You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other queries? Anything you would want to try? Anything? Do let me know. Okay, those who don't have can leave the meeting if they wish to. And yes, I'm right here for 2 more minutes. I'll keep the window open. Okay, teachers, thank you. Have a great day. I'll see you next week. And yeah, okay. Goodbye. I'm just leaving the meeting now.